First, before we start, just let me show you this plant. Like, how pretty is she? My mom's peace lily. I'm obsessed with her. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Authentically Rubes, a place where we dance through life's biggest emotions. We can come back to our truest and most authentic selves, which, in my opinion, is our best and most joyful way that we can live our lives. My name's Ruby. I'm your guide to emotional freedom through movement, and I am so excited for you to be here today. As always, like, subscribe, join us on the journey, and let's get into today's video. So, I was brainstorming what I want to talk about this week, and the first thing that came into my mind was actually because of a situation that happened literally an hour before this. Long story short, I was just integrating my Facebook page to my Instagram page and going through all that meta fun stuff, and it took so long. It took me over an hour, and I got so frustrated. I wanted to rip my hair out of my head. I was just so mad, but I was proud of myself. I kept going, stuck with it, yada yada yada. It's done. That's the most important part. But afterwards, I just noticed how much frustration I'd let build up in my body and how much I felt it energetically. And even though the task was done, I still felt like tight and I still felt like I needed to release that emotion. So, what I did was I chose to move through it. I went on my patio because it's actually really nice out today. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put in a song and I'm going to just let this frustration move through me. So I listened to Femininomenon by Chapel Rowan because that's just the song that I wanted to do it to. And I think that's the fun part of dancing also, is just getting to choose whatever song you want to use for your practice. And there's really no right or wrong in that way. But that's basically what we're going to make this entire video about today. That is our topic, is how to dance through different emotions as they come up throughout our day, or if you don't have the opportunity to dance through them in the moment, because I know that, like, we have jobs, we have lives, we have things we need to go do, and it may not be appropriate to dance in the middle of whatever you're doing. So, this is just like a practice you can use whenever you have a space for it, whenever you have the time, and whenever you notice that you are holding on to these emotions from the past that you really don't need to carry with you in the present and into the future. Because really, that's just keeping you in the past. And we don't want that. We want to have a nice, clean slate. We want to have some beautiful, clear energy flowing, so we can put that energy into what we are creating, into what we are putting our focus on in the present. So I thought it would be really fun to go through each emotion, some specific ones that I feel all the time and that I'm sure you do too, for different specific movements that can help with that. And this doesn't have to take long. This can take like a couple minutes, honestly, even like 30 seconds, just to start getting your body moving and seeing that it no longer has to hold on to those emotions and that it's allowed to release in this healthy and safe container that you can create for yourself. So, number one, let's just start with frustration and anger, because that is one that I tend to deal with quite a bit. I don't know why. That's just part of my life path, I guess. But if you are feeling really frustrated or angry about something, my favorite thing to do is absolutely rage, but in a very healthy way. In a way where you're not taking it out on any other people, but rather you're just going into your own space. And the movement that I always recommend for rage is lots of arm and leg movements, like punching, kicking. I'll demo as well. Like punch, kick. Oh no, I kicked the plant. Sorry, baby. Or just like flailing your arms really hard, stomping the ground, like really just like these big movements with your arms and your legs, and even just like jumping up and down too while you do that. Best release ever. That's what I really recommend, is punching, kicking, jumping. Huge. Absolutely huge if you're feeling frustrated. I did that for like 2 minutes and I felt so much better afterwards, and it's always helpful. Like, it's never not been helpful for myself, and it may not fix the thing that you're frustrated about or angry with. Like, there may be more layers there, but it'll start to help you release that and no longer feel like you have to constantly be in that feeling. And the next one I want to talk about is stress, because Stress is something that has been so normalized in our society today. I think it's actually crazy how much we've normalized it, how basically any single person can walk into a doctor's office and get an anxiety diagnosis, I think is insane. But I mean, like, if you look around us, like, most of the population does experience stress. And as someone who in the past has dealt with anxiety before, like, I understand it too. And it's definitely a tricky one to deal with. And this is something that I wish I had when I was going through those panic attacks or those months where I just felt anxious every single day and it felt really hard to do anything else. The movement that I would recommend for if you're feeling anxious or if you're feeling stressed is shaking. Shaking is monumental for this. Shaking helps you get so into your body and it helps you to literally like shake off everything that you are feeling and help you get into the present moment. And by shaking, I literally just mean something like that, where you're just shaking super sporadically. There is, again, no right or wrong way of doing it. You literally just shake your body as much as you can, close your eyes, and take some deep breaths. That just helps you to get out of your head because that's where all the thoughts that cause this stress and anxiety live is in our heads. Helps you to get more into your body, more into your heart. And then obviously there's a mindset aspect of that too. It's not just about your body as well. It's the mind body connection. That's a big thing. It really plays into that. And what I like to do after I shake, if I'm feeling that way, is just putting a hand on my heart and just speaking to my body to kind of get that connection going, of just closing my eyes and saying, I am safe. I love you. I am here for you. All is well. And then just taking some deep breaths like that too. And it may not take away everything that is causing you that stress in your life, but it definitely will help you be able to respond to it in a much more calm and grounded way than you ever have before. And then the next one I want to talk about is sadness and depression, because this one I feel is the hardest emotion to move through, mainly because you don't even want to do the movement. You don't want to show up for the movement. I've had so many depressive episodes where I'll just sit on the couch all day and literally won't want to do anything. And the last thing that I want to do is move my body. But whenever I do it, it's always the thing that makes me feel better. Like literally everything else that I've tried when I'm in those moments hasn't really worked. Movement is what has changed everything for me. What I like to do in those moments of just feeling like everything sucks and there's no point is just doing jumping jacks. Like you don't even do a dance move or anything. You don't even have to play music, because I like to think like the simpler and easier you make it, the more of a chance you'll actually do it. So I just do jumping jacks when I feel upset. I will literally pull myself off the couch and just start going. And I usually like to do about 50. Like I'll make myself do 50, but if I feel like I need more, I'll keep going. But I swear to you, by 50, your energy has shifted. And it may not be a huge shift, but you will feel at least a slight shift that's going to start taking you in the direction of feeling better, of coming back to yourself, of feeling more like yourself. Because this person who is depressed and down on themselves, that's not your true self. That's not your most authentic self. And you know that, and I know that. So it's really just helping you reset your energy. That's the power of jumping jacks, because it's a full body movement. So it's getting that energy to flow through you once again, because depression is like a stagnant energy. It's just like a blob. I don't even know how to explain it properly. And it's just reigniting that energy, that fire, that authentic power within you once more. And then after you do that, going and doing something that you enjoy, not for any reason that you think you have to do something or you should do something. No, you are doing something that you like just for you. And that's going to just be incredible for you. Like, I haven't had a moment where I'm just lying on the couch all day feeling sad in months after I started this practice, because I will start doing my jumping jacks and I'll move into something else. And even though my day might not get miraculously amazing after that, it'll be at least a little bit better. and I'll feel a bit better about myself and I'll feel a bit better about life. And I think that is so worth it within itself. If we can just make ourselves feel at least 1% better every time we move, that makes it worth it. That means we're growing, that means we're learning, and our body is changing. Like the cells in our body are letting this emotion release from them so we can bring in these new, better feeling emotions, which is like we just become like the alchemist of our life. We become so much more magical than we ever thought we were. And I think that is just so cool. That's how you really learn to master your emotions, is being able to actually show up for them and feel them and fully embrace them and kind of like befriend them in the way and use this movement to move through them so you can allow different emotions to flow through as well that you actually want to feel more of. And it's just a really cool process in that way. Like after you go through these practices, after you complete them, you can like set a little intention of, okay, this is how I would like to feel now. And then you can choose a song to dance to, embodying that new emotion and just letting your body show you what that feels like. And it's just so cool. And I think when you close your eyes throughout all of these, it helps you get deeper too. Even wearing like a little blindfold too is really helpful as well. Also, for sadness, I know it can be really hard to get your body moving. So even just like some slow movement, just like this, like of the arms, maybe a circle, just to start get your body moving again too. Like that's really powerful also. And the last one is anytime you are doubting yourself or you are procrastinating, because let's be real, we all do it. I think what's so great for that is kind of a mixture of a few of them, like either jumping or shaking, because I like to call it like shaking off my self doubt. So, literally shaking off all those thoughts that may be roaming around in your head that you know aren't true, that you know don't align with what you actually want, and literally just letting them go by physically shaking them off is another great practice to do too. And the beauty of these is that you get to make it your own. If one movement works better for one emotion than the other one I said, like do that. It really doesn't matter which is which. It matters how you feel before and after, and you can just do a little body scan to notice how you feel before and after. You can do a little journaling before and after too to notice the difference as well. And I always recommend just closing your eyes and setting your intention before your practice. Like, let's use my one from today as an example. I was like, my intention is to move through this frustration, to let myself feel it and move through it from when I was dealing with my meta situation. And that's exactly what I did. And sometimes you don't need to set an intention to create that new emotion if you still just like aren't feeling it. That's okay. But the fact that you showed up for that emotion is huge. And the fact that you showed up for yourself in that moment is something that is so worth celebrating and something that you should be so proud of yourself for. So, my little challenge for you today is to notice when certain emotions come up and just go dance to one song through it and see what that's like. I know that I talked mainly about emotions we don't want to experience, but you can also use this for emotions you want to experience more. If you're feeling really happy or you're feeling really peaceful, do a dance to that to elevate that emotion too. Like, there's so much you can do with your body and with how you move your body. And it just makes me so excited to talk about it because it's absolutely changed my life for the better. And I know that it can do it for other people too, especially the overthinkers, especially people who are so caught in their head and not in their body, because that is exactly how I used to be. And for the first 5 years of my personal growth journey, it made it feel so difficult just trying to think and logic my way through everything. So I invite you to let those thoughts go, to get out of your head and start trusting your body more, because I promise you, even though it makes no sense, even though it may be weird or uncomfortable, it is so helpful and it is so freeing to let what was going on in the past go and to just be present. That is what it's all about. So, thank you so much for listening today. I really hope this video was insightful for you and helpful. And if you try out this practice, please let me know down below. I would be so, so happy to hear how it went. Also, I do have a free guided embodiment practice if you want a little more support with this and you want to be guided through then you really don't have to think about anything. I take you through the whole thing. That is linked in my bio as well. And I'm always open to your feedback in the comments too. I would love to hear what you think, what you want to hear more about. And I think that's all I got for today. So thank you again. I am so, so, so grateful for you. And I will see you next week. Bye.